How are your New Year's resolutions going? Mine's going pretty well, thanks for asking. Mostly because this year my resolution was to do less. As little as possible. Ideally, nothing. It's taken some serious focus and dedication. I've managed to do less exercise, socialise less, and I have skillfully avoided taking up a single life-enhancing new hobby. I'm probably eating and drinking more, but I've rebranded that as dieting less. It's all suiting me rather nicely. Lockdown's helped, but it's more than that. For 53 years, I've had this constant feeling of guilt that I should be doing more, achieving more, being an all-round better human being. And I've tried, and from time to time succeeded. But it's never, ever enough. I've done courses, acquired new skills, taken on new challenges. I've got thinner, fatter, fitter, slower, faster. I've written lengthy to-do lists, and I've prioritised and diarised and digitised. I've dressed for the job I wanted and spent probably at the salary level of the dream job that I never got. I've been coached, managed, mentored, trained, performance managed, all to within a millimetre of my life. And yet there's still a never-ending queue of people who just want me to do it all a little bit better and to do a little bit more. Well, enough already. I'm done. This is as good as I get. And although my anti-resolution is primarily motivated by laziness and exhaustion, there are solid ethical reasons for a policy of strategic inactivity. Everything we do either spreads disease or destroys the environment. Every single penny of economic growth takes us one step forward towards a global environmental catastrophe. Every social gathering brings with it the risk of a new variant of a new disease that could wipe us all out forever. Best not to bother. I think the time has come for all of us to do a lot less. Inactivity is massively underrated. I spent a delightful afternoon earlier in the week staring into the middle distance. It was great. Just being is fine. It's relatively painless. It's not unpleasant. It's only when you start doing things that life gets complicated and difficult. Far better to do nothing and bathe in the smug self-satisfaction of not spreading a disease and not destroying the planet. Not doing stuff has advantages on the domestic front too. I live with two delightful people, but they have very strong views about how things should be done around the home. And they also take great pleasure in debating and refining and tweaking the different ways of doing the different things. There are subtly different fabrics for subtly different types of cleaning. And indistinguishable substances must go into indistinguishably different receptacles. And what's more, these rules can be changed at a moment's notice. Doing anything at home runs the risk of getting it seriously wrong and incurring their wrath. Far better to do nothing and stay out of trouble. And all of this activity seems to be at the expense of our mental health. Our economy grows and grows, and mental health seems to get worse and worse. Either doing all this stuff turns us crazy, or we're doing all this stuff because we're crazy. Either way, something has to give. I'm fortunate, of course. I've got a job and enough money to get by. I've got a roof over my head and a warm and dry environment in which to do nothing. For some people, doing nothing would be a real luxury. There are people working hard to save lives and keep the power on. They probably should keep doing that. And if they need any help, just shout. Perhaps we should all share out the work and the money that goes with it a little bit more equitably. That way, all of us can do a little bit less for a little bit longer. Now, what can I not do next?